in this week's fundamental syllabus, we will look at the Kimura from side control. It is very, very similar to the Americana in many ways, but attacks the shoulder in the opposite direction rotation. So Lean's going to lie down on her back. And basically this is mostly going to happen at a fundamental level, because you start the same way and just trying to attack this here, and then you just find that she turns the arm around and it's facing the other way. Now we can go to arm bars and things like that, but those require a lot of movement, and early on you generally don't have the coordination to do this and keep everything tight at the same time. So we're looking for something a bit more direct, a bit more just simple, I guess, we'll call it fundamental. So the hand is here. I can't try and force it back around to the other side. It's very, very difficult to do. She's committed. Her shoulder is turned over, and I'm not going to be stronger than her. Again, unless I am way, way bigger than her. I just go, I want your hand here. Well, you know, thrud, take hand, thrud, put hand here, thrud, smash. Not doing that. Okay, so, that is my whole references. Anyway, so I have attempt here. I try to go around this side. I try to go for Americana, and the hand just goes around, or just gets stuck here. So when this happens, much like before, I had my hips turn this way to make the Americana happen here. I'm going to turn my hips the opposite way. Okay, so I'm going to turn myself all the way around. This hand that was on the head goes here, the other side of the arm, and this hand comes back. Okay. Now, this hand could be a bunch of places. It could be close to her body, it could be holding her belt. It could still actually be on my face, but that makes it quite difficult. If it is, I can try and force it around to here. But my aim basically is I was attacking the first one, and the arm either went straight or it went to this side here. So I was trying to go on one side, it moves away from me. I try to go here, it comes around, there, then. Well, turn the hips, wrist, and here. So the grip remains basically the same, but just inverted. So I want my lower hand on the forearm, wrist, whatever here, and my other hand up towards the tricep or whatever here. Again, as before, the wrist control is the primary important part. This is, I mean, obviously you need both of them, but you can't do this part first and then go looking for the wrist afterwards. It's very, you can, but it's very, very difficult. Much easier to go, okay, this is now, I have control of this. Elbow goes to the floor, creates the same separations we had. I'm going to turn my hips a little bit so I don't crush them quite so much. And then my hand will go underneath here and grab my own forearm exactly the same way. This will also rotate as before here. So I do not create, again, just pushing away. Some guys get again very carried away with this. This just leads to you losing control because you can't, unless you're very tall, you can't get to the wrist when it's all the way over there. So, yeah, the hand is here again. It might just be because I am here and the hand's here in the first place. It might just be because I attempted the first one. Yeah, either way, again, turn, wrist, here and here. Okay, so again, if it's too close to the body, try to push it away a little bit, drop it, and then rotate the knuckles back down here. Right hand, again, if you find that you can't reach because again your arm's too short, you can, much like the Americana, you can slide this upwards. This creates a nice 90-degree angle here, and it does mean that your forearm gets closer to your other arm here. Okay. You don't want to be here trying to get around to that. You're just not going to be tall enough to reach it. Bring it up a little bit, grab it a little bit here. This will slightly lift her shoulder off the ground, but it won't give you the finish just yet. So once we have that, I am now going to have to, I can't just, again, if I'm way stronger, I can just pick her up and make it happen. But usually her hand is still on the floor, and so I can't really generate the power. Again, unless I'm physically able to lift her entire shoulder off the ground, which is possible if she reacts poorly. But if she's being stubborn, this is going to stay here. And so I can't just rip it up there unless I'm getting way stronger. So I need to have another way of creating leverage to lift the shoulder off the ground. I'm going to do this by stepping my high or head side leg over her head. That will let me peel her head and shoulder up and give me the finish. So I have this set up here and here. This is fine. I'm going to turn my hips towards the head, and I want to step my right foot all the way over her head to this side here. Okay, this will basically give me something to push off, and that lets me start to lift her shoulder up because I have something on this side of her to drive off. Right now everything is on the opposite side. So we lock everything up, we have it, we can't finish it, she's too strong, whatever. Again, I turn my hips, I step my right leg over the head. Doesn't need to be perfect, but there's somewhere on the other side. Preferably, again, foot on the ground. My left hip is down, and the sole of my foot is on the ground. I'm now going to push off this to start to create that lift. So I'm kind of transferring weight to my left hip. Again, you can peel the head back a little bit if you want to. Depends a little bit on how flexible you are and how far your leg goes. But my primary aim is to get her head up, and so to begin to create space for the hand to pass into. Then I will start to bring it through here and here. And she may still tap before the hand gets through, but again, it does lift the shoulder and begins to attack it a lot earlier. Again, if you go a little bit higher, that's fine. It will go a little bit further. You don't want to overdo it and go so far back that you're sitting here and doing it. Again, Devon, if you are watching this, you can do that, but most people cannot hold Kimuras on arms, independently of everything else. So, one more time, please. not everyone has that kind of grip strength. So again, normal side control. Then we have the head here. Again, we're trying to go towards this. It's not available. Again, we turn, and we get the wrist, and we come down to here. Okay, we turn our hips. Well, big step over the head. Yeah, this will have to be done semi-explosively, guys. If I just try and step gently, she will just block my hip with that hand. Use your hand, it's just difficult there. You will need to load up on it, and then put a big step over. Again, push off the foot, draw our shoulder off the ground, and pass the hand behind the back. That will create pressure, generally mostly on the shoulder, sometimes on the elbow if you are very flexible. That is the Kimura from top side control.